Hello everybody and welcome to the Marble Games 2021. I'm Alpha Master and I will be hosting this series. So here's a look at the track and the scoreboard. As you may know, the teams have already walked through the opening ceremony and now they are all ready to start the first event, which happens to be the hurdles. They will go through waves and get points depending on that hurdle. So here's a look at the bracket for round 1. We randomly got this and now the teams are ready to battle it out. We will kick things off with Mighty Mice versus Swirly Twirlies. And they're off running through the waves. Wow, 3 of the Mighty Mice landed in the 10 and the blue Swirly Twirly marble got in the 1. We had to take 2 separate photos for this so we could get all the marbles. And according to the points, Mighty Mice wins this round and they will move on in the bracket. We are now going to do Mocha Lattes versus Forest Rangers. And they're off. They're running and one of the Mocha Lattes landed in the 5. 3 Forest Rangers got in the 7. And that was pretty fast. But according to the results, Mocha Lattes won by 1 point. They will move on in the bracket to face Mighty Mice in the next match. Now we have Sea Snakes and Precious Pearls to battle it out. And they're waiting at the starting line. There they go! Going through the hurdles, and none of the pearls are going to get in the 10. One of them got into 2. And we didn't quite get a picture of the pearl that got in last. And Sea Snakes takes this one. They will move on in the bracket, taking the precious pearls out. Now it is time for Shining Suns versus Robin's Eggs. And they're off already. 2 of the Shining Suns got in the 10, and 3 of the Robin's Eggs got in the 7. And it looks like Shining Suns are going to take this one. Shining Suns are going to take this match and we'll move on. Now we're going to do Defensive Deer versus Azure Avalanche. And they're off! Wow, 1 marble from each team got into 2. And by the placement of the marbles, Azure Avalanche is gonna take this one. So they will be moving on in the bracket, and they will be facing either Ocean Waves or the Hoosiers. They're ready to go. And there they go. Oh my goodness! 2 of the marbles from the Hoosiers team fell off. We're gonna need an instant replay of that. So here's the instant replay. It looks like the marbles were squished together. Well, they may have fallen in between the first jump. And that gives them a slight disadvantage. So here are the disqualified marbles that fell off the track. I don't think this looks good for Hoosiers. But according to the results, they could have won if the marbles stayed on. Ocean Waves is going to take this one, though. So, next up is going to be the Takedown Tigers versus the Cloudy Knights. And they're ready to go. There they go. And it looks like 1 marble from each team has fallen off the track. We're going to need another instant replay. So, the Cloudy Knights marble fell at the jump, and the Takedown Tigers marble fell at the bump. I think that's what happened, but it doesn't matter because they're both out. So here are the marbles that fell. There's the Cloudy Knights marble, and the Takedown Tigers marble. And to the results of the points, Takedown Tigers is going to take this one by 1 point. And now it's time for the final match of the first round, Peacock Primers versus Daybreakers. And there they go. They're going through the hurdles, and 2 of the Daybreakers are going to land in the 7. And now let's check the results. According to the results, Daybreakers wins this one by 3 points. They will move on in the bracket. So, just a reminder, here are the scores from 9th to 16th. Forest Rangers and Robin's Eggs tied, so they will get the same amount of points. And now we're moving on to the quarterfinals. We will kick off the quarterfinals with Mighty Mice versus Mocha Lattes. They're off, and one member from each team happens to land in the 10. So, looks like Mocha Lattes is going to take this one with 2 marbles in the 7. So, they will move on to the semis. Now we will continue with Sea Snakes versus Shining Suns. They're going, and looks like we have a clear winner once again. According to the placements, Shining Suns takes this match and will move on to the semis as well. So now we're moving on to Azure Avalanche versus Ocean Waves, which is in fact the Battle of the Blue Marbles. And there they go. Oh my goodness, another marble has fallen off. And it's going to be one of the Ocean Waves marbles. And here's the instant replay. Looks like the marbles jumped on the first curve, well, the first ramp, and one of them got bumped off the track. So, here's the disqualified Ocean marble, and because it fell, Azure Avalanche takes the win. So they will move on to face either Takedown Tigers or Daybreakers in the semifinals. And there they go. And looks like every marble from the Takedown Tigers has just 1 marble in each spot. And Daybreakers is going to take this one with 2 marbles in the 10. And here are the places from 5th to 8th. And now it is time for the semifinals. The first semifinal is gonna be Mocha Lattes versus the Shining Suns. And they're ready to go. They're going, and looks like one of the marbles from the Shining Suns is gonna get in the 10. And it looks like it's pretty much the Shining Suns winning. So they will move on to the final battle. But who will they face? Azure Avalanche or Daybreakers? And they're ready to go. They're going. Wow. 2 of the Daybreakers got in the 7. 1 of the Azure Avalanche marbles got in the 10. And according to the results, it's a tie. So we're gonna have to do a tiebreaker. Here's the tiebreaker round. They're going again. And yikes. 2 of the Daybreaker marbles got in the 1. That doesn't sound good for them. And that gives Azure Avalanche the last spot in the finals. But before that, we're going to have a 3rd place round between Daybreakers and Mocha Lattes, so we can see who gets 3rd. And there they go. And it looks like, according to placement, once again, Daybreakers takes 3rd place. And now's the moment we've all been waiting for. Shining Suns versus Azure Avalanche. The final round. Who will win the first event? There they go. Ooh, this one's close. And the results say that Shining Suns take this one by 10 points ahead of Azure Avalanche. So they are going to take the win for the first event. And Azure Avalanche got 2nd, and Daybreakers got 3rd. And here's the scoreboard now, showing all the places and points that the marble teams have by far. What a good first race. We can't wait to see you at the next race coming sooner or later. Anyways, that's all for now. See you next race.